Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the Real Talk Saturday. Yes, so we are back in the last episode, which was the first one. Last week we talked about anxiety, and today I'm about to tell you how to let that shit just go. So, we all have these days where we feel like crap, and guys, that is totally okay. It is okay to have rainy days. We are all just human beings and we are like nature. Some days are sunny and warm, and other days are cold and gray, and even sometimes with storms, like rain on you like never before, and the day after it's like gone and the sun is shining. So people who know me have that image of myself of being constantly in a good mood and always staying positive, and yeah, no matter the circumstances, always working hard towards my dreams and goals and all that blah blah blah. Well, this is not always true, and it is not always like that. So my life is not only about unicorns and sun and good mood all the time and yoo-hoo. It is not like it's not like that. I have bad days too, and believe it or not, it's just like it is. How do I deal with this? So as I already said, I just tell myself that it is totally okay to have days like this. But in fact, it's just that I don't seek that negativity. And whenever it knocks on my door, I just try my best to not let it in, and yeah, at least try my best to stay positive, even when it seems like impossible and hard, because you know, when it hits you, it hits you. So in that case, I aim to stay thankful, and for the moment I'm living, like I try to enjoy that moment, even though it's not easy. So, of course, there are going to be days where the darkness hits you hard, and whenever this happens, well, just tell yourself that this is part of the flow of the life. So, some days are going to be freaking good, and other days are going to be bad. The days you are not good, like for me, the days I'm not feeling good, I just give myself that permission to have one of those days. But that doesn't mean that I just sit here with anxiety or sadness or whatever negative feelings I'm going through. Like, I try my best to do the best of my day, and the more I practice, the better that I get during negative days. For example, I was dealing with something very intense and personal the last weeks, or let's say the last even months. I was feeling super anxious about it. What I have learned from that feeling is whenever I'm starting to have that feeling of anxiety, or I ask myself, what is life about and what am I doing, and yeah, all the blah blah blah, I just ask myself, okay, what can I do right now to forget or to stop this feeling? And believe it, I've tried it all. Like from A to Z, everything. I did binge eating to forget. I went to the gym to forget. I went for a walk to forget. I go to sleep and so on. Like, I tried it all. But the only thing that would really help me is like to talk about it, to let it out, like to cry if I have to, and not be ashamed of letting it out, and not be ashamed of telling someone what I'm struggling with. Like, just tell people, tell someone you love, tell someone you truly care about. Just tell your struggles, let it out. Don't let that anxious feeling taking over your feelings. Instead, yeah, let someone know about it and let them help you. And that feeling will go like not away, but it will stop for a while. And that's how you learn to survive during that bad moment. And believe it, for me, talking about something like if it's with Chris or I don't know, with a good friend, it freaking helped me so much, really. So the point of this episode is to let you know that you are not alone going through this difficult time, and that it is totally okay to feel bad sometimes, because you learn and you grow so much from it. And yeah, the only thing you have to do and need to do is communicate your feelings. Let it out, really. I know I've said it like 3,000 times right now, but let it out and don't let it bottle up in you. Relax, take a deep breath and let it out in a productive way. Like, if you don't feel like talking to someone, just write down your feelings, which help you for the next time you experience this bad feeling, like, because you've been there and you've done that. So write it down, read it before you go to bed, and remind yourself, okay, last time I did it, so this time I'm going to do it again. I'm going to fight and I'm going to survive this shit. Don't freak out, and remind yourself that when everything seems to go against you, remember that the airplane takes off against the wind and not with it. Remember this. Give yourself permission to see that life is not only about rainbows and unicorns and sun and shining, and it's not only about positivity. Let that pressure out, and you'll see negative days will slowly but surely disappear, or at least come back in a more unfrequent way. So that was it for today. The big message is let it out. I hope you guys enjoyed this little episode of letting things go, and hope to see you and to hear you in the next vlogs.